All right, the moment you've all been waiting for is what exactly are our new procedures going to be for our car rider line. So on this slide, you can see a map. I will also have this linked on our website so that you can zoom, look at it differently outside of this presentation. It will always be there as a resource. But I'm going to walk through those procedures and explain them to you. So the very first thing I want to point out is that on the north side of Walsh, so this is off of North Street, is where we will now have our buses dismissed from. So again, I told you our students dismiss to the gym, we take attendance, and then we will dismiss to the North Street parking lot for our buses. So warning, if you are parking in that lot, you will most likely be stuck by our buses at dismissal. So again, our gen ed buses, we usually have about 9 of them. That's what we've allotted for, will all fit in that parking lot and dismiss out the North Street exit and go on their route that way. Our special education buses will park along the west side of the building. So again, the west side of the building, this is closest to door 3 if you're looking at our doors. These buses will load there, which is not new for our students. They are in the same location that they were this past year. So door 3 is where our students will dismiss who receive special education transportation. So the big to-do is going to be looking at our car rider line. So again, we will look at these procedures. What we will do is we will have our cars starting to load in row 1 first. So on this visual here, you can see those cars are the blue highlighted line, and that butts up to a green highlighted line. So row 1 is blue and row 2 is green. So our first row will load closest to Walsh School. You'll load at what previously was our bus loading entrance off of McGregor. You will load in, or enter, you will enter down off of McGregor, pull up again all the way closest to the sidewalk, and you will stop at the flagpole if you were the first car. Again, there will be lots of staff out there to help with this, especially as it's new for us. So that first row will load all the way. So you keep filling in until you get to McGregor and there's no more room. Then you will start row 2. Please know that we predict we have about 80 vehicles that will most likely be using these procedures. So it will result in some overflow on McGregor. So please, as you are potentially an overflow vehicle, that you stay to the side of the road so that the road can be used for through traffic, because we do not certainly want to block the road or traffic. If you do, we will be asking you to move your vehicle, which will be difficult once more cars are in line. So again, that is how our cars will line up in the parking lot. We ask that once you are parked in a row, that you turn off your vehicle. So this does not have to happen until we have students dismissing. So 3:20 is when we're going to start our student dismissal. So at 3:20, we ask that you turn off all vehicles, and you must stay in your vehicle. You cannot exit your vehicle for any reason at all. So our staff are going to walk all students out of the main door. They will walk along the sidewalk, along the flag, and they will walk through the 2 rows of vehicles. Again, their teachers will be with them. And as the teachers are walking their students through the 2 rows of vehicles, they're going to be looking for your last name in the window to identify that that child should go in that vehicle. Once teachers have walked through that line all the way down to McGregor, we're going to have staff everywhere to ensure that students are safe along McGregor especially. So once students walk through that line, they'll walk back up the sidewalk closest to Walsh. That is where, if you are a walker, you will be waiting for your child. So that's when walkers can go with their parents or guardians or babysitters. The rest of the students, if they're waiting possibly for an overflow vehicle or you're running a tad late, they will wait along the sidewalk by the flagpole. We will have a staff member who starts at the back of the line and a staff member who starts at the front of the line. That person will give you a thumbs up. If you have all your children in your vehicle, you give a thumbs up. You're ready to go. If you are missing a child, you will give the thumbs down. That staff member will radio and figure out where that child is. We will ask you to pull to the side next to door 3 so that we don't disrupt the flow of traffic. So if you're missing a student, we will pull you to the side to ensure you have the child you need to have before we are moving forward. That is certainly something very important. So when it's time, we've gone through all the cars, let's say everybody has thumbs up. That means we will then dismiss row 1 first. Row 1 will dismiss out onto McGregor right here where it says there will be cones. That will be the exit portion for our car rider line. We will dismiss all of row 1. Again, a staff member will tell you when to dismiss. And then we will dismiss row 2. And then if we need to reload row 1, we will reload row 1. So I'm trying to think. I think those are all the really most important parts is that we have covered. So let me just look here. I think that's everything. I'm excited. I know it might seem a little chaotic. We have worked through all the pieces of this to try to ensure that our students are safe and that our staff and community are safe too. So again, I will upload this to our website that you can reference later. But here's to hoping our new car rider line is a great success.